What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 with another sneak peek into the upcoming Cyborg that is scheduled to launch this upcoming week. Now, special thanks to Chromatic for giving me access to this test build where I can tinker around a little bit and show off some stuff with you guys. And today we're going to go over a couple kind of more of a deep dive type thing, but some frequently asked questions as well. Now, first off, something I forgot to mention yesterday is the right-click function. As you notice, as we're shooting enemies, we are marking targets. This is going to go hand in hand with the alternate fire, which is going to be kind of like like marking targets on an apprentice. And then when we use our alternate fire, it's going to launch rockets into these marked targets. So we mark them up, and then we use the alt fire, and it does launch rockets into them. Now, this is scaling up with hero damage, it looks like. As it is a primary attack, it is just the alternate fire. But that is what you get with the alt fire. I assumed it was going to be a charged shot sort of thing. The charged shot shard does not work with the hero, and with that in mind, we've got a little bit of a different alternate fire. Now, when we take a look at the pets, as we see, I got two pets here. I've got my regular drone pet, and then I've got this spooky ghost cat as well. The pets appear to attack the same target you're attacking as long as they're in range. So, like, if we come up here, and we're in range here everywhere, if we shoot that dummy, our drone is going to attack that same target, where the ghost cat is attacking the closest target. So, it doesn't follow the conventional AI that pets have, and it appears to attack the same target you're attacking. Now, in addition to that, it will switch targets. So, let's let these guys settle down here. Looks like we're all good. So say I shoot at that dummy, it's going to now want to shoot at it. You see the ghost cat is shooting up here at this one because it's the closest dummy. As we switch targets, though, our drone is going to switch targets with us. So we switch over to this dummy, then the drone will switch over to it as well. So it does look like the drone is always going to attack the same target you're attacking. And I think that's a great thing. Gives us a little bit more control over exactly what the drone is attacking. Now let's let these guys settle down once again, and then we'll take a look at out of range. Now, if you're shooting at a target that's out of the drone's range, it is gonna then attack the closest target. So, say for example, we wanted to shoot at, say, that one. It is out of the drone's attack range, so the drone is going to attack this same target that the other pet is attacking. Now, if we go ahead and swap over to something that is in range, then the drone is going to swap to that target and attack along with us. Now, when it comes to the defenses, there was a few different things brought up, and the most common was, can more than one drone defense system bolt attack one enemy? And the answer there is yes. So if we put multiple drone defense systems down here, they're going to attack the nearest targets, and as you see, there are multiple blasts going into the same target. So they can indeed stack up. So if you put multiples of these down, once again, this is going to be more like an aura than it is like an actual tower. I'll probably set mine up with tenacity and just slap them right down the middle of lanes. It's gonna function pretty much exactly like an aura in regards to attacking. So the attacks will overlap and hit the same enemy. Now, the Cyborg's physical wall is going to perform exactly like a physical wall in Dungeon Defenders 1. It does not have an attack. So it does show DPS there. That is a little, I'm assuming, a filler slot on the tooltip. It actually doesn't have an attack. So when you see, like, next to rate, it says unused, as it's just not attacking. Now, I'm sure there will be some sort of shards or mods that we can use to this that maybe give it like a retaliation type attack. Then there was also some confusion about the tenacity. This is just an addition to the tooltip. Tenacity 0%. Every defense has tenacity. It's just not displayed on the tooltip. In every defense, tenacity is at 0% if you're not giving it some sort of tenacity. So if you give it some tenacity, like for example, we put this tenacity servo over onto the physical wall, and then we take a look at it, and now it's showing tenacity is 100%. So it's basically just showing us the value that we're getting from the mod. So that is just in addition to the tooltip. There's no built-in tenacity on the item. If we take a look at the drone defense system, it's got tenacity shown as well. If you look at the biometric scanner, it's got, actually it doesn't have the tenacity listed. Oh, but it does show the armor shred. That's the 25% increased damage that enemies will take. So it was 25%. I just failed to look at the tooltip yesterday for the armor shred on it. Now, speaking of the biometric scanner, some people asked about the target limit on that, and it does appear that these have a 10 target limit, just like any other AoE defense or an aura in Dungeon Defenders 2. We're a little out of range on that last one. Let's go up a little bit further so we can try to hit everything here. And yeah, we got 10 targets right there. We're hitting all 10 of them, so it does appear that it has a 10 target limit. I would guess that it doesn't go above that, but I don't have enough range set up on this one to hit more than 10 targets here to actually test it. And then last but not least, folks were asking, same thing, can the plasma defense system, can multiple plasma defense systems hit one target? And it looks like the answer is yes. So we take a look at it, we see that all four of these actually are blasting into that first dummy. So they can indeed hit more than, or one target can take more than one blast. I can already foresee, as I love the plasma defense system in DDA, so I am quite interested to see what the plasma defense system will bring to the table here in DD2. I'm looking forward to it. Now, a lot of people have asked me what my opinion was on the character. I like sci-fi stuff. I like science fiction. I like futuristic stuff. I have no problem with the genre being split. I mean, we've already got the EV, we've got Sky City, we've got lots of steampunk or futuristic type things in the Dungeon Defenders world already. I personally am all for it. I absolutely love it. I like that there's a physical wall and that this is another character that has some form of wall. I love the 25% damage debuff. I'm actually wondering, depending on how the range is, you might just be able to chain these lane to lane to lane without spending a ton of money, or a ton of DU, pardon me, to get that, that debuff going on every lane. See, that was 100 DU. So what? It's 20 DU per node. So how many nodes can we put in total? Let's check it out. Once again, this is not considering any shards or mods that the defense might have. In fact, I don't even know what any of the mods are, so I'm curious to see how that is as well. It looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total nodes before it caps out. So you can string these along pretty well wherever you want them to. The base range on it is pretty good as far as like lane swapping. You can get them a decent distance apart. So, you know, you might be able to get that 25% damage debuff going on lanes without having a whole lot of DU expense, and that is just absolutely enormous. And then last but not least, lots of folks were asking me to check on buff chips, damage buffs. So I've got one in play here. We've got the damage buff chip on this particular chest piece. If we look, we're at 140,597. If we pop our pet buff, it actually gives us a debuff up top. But if we look, our hero damage did not go up. So it appears that buff chips will not work on this hero. That is a buff that's on our drone and not necessarily directly on us. So if you're planning or putting a set together, probably best to leave buff chips out of the mix for now until a little bit more testing is done and we get a look at any of the shards and mods that could come along with this character and update. But that will do it for now. Thanks an absolute ton. If there is something that you want to see, I think we'll have room for one more sneak peek. Hopefully, well, I'm hoping that this thing launches around midweek here. We'll have to see how that goes. No confirmation yet, so we don't have it 100% confirmed that the character is going to launch this upcoming week, but it is targeted to launch sometime in the next 7 days. But let me know what you all think down in the comments below. I'm looking forward to this one. I think the defenses are all super, super cool. I'm stoked that it uses a canister, as I do love canisters, and think that there's just a lot of versatility and different shot types with the canisters that will be very, very fun to play around with. But that will do it for now. Thanks an absolute ton for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you soon. Take it easy.